our team had one mission: create a free-to-play multiplayer shooter. Rogue Company blends the exciting nature of an action shooter with tactical decision-making.
Rogue Company is all about objective-based gameplay, with ongoing content that's delivered on a regular basis and a game experience that is the same across all platforms.
First Watch Studios is a band of developers from HiRez Studios and industry vets. HiRez Studios has spent over a decade perfecting games as a service and competitive esports.
For the development team, a core shooter is one that focuses on the gunplay experience. It means that although there are abilities and lots of different ways to augment the gameplay, at the end of the day, your skill with shooting the weapons, with knowing the right weapons to use in the right situation, is still the dominant factor in whether you win an encounter or lose. What Gandhi brings to the table is he's not just a phenomenal designer. In fact, he's a world champion Halo player.
The tactical elements of Rogue Company start with the fact that it's round-based, one life. So every decision you make is meaningful. The action elements come from everything else. Whether it's shooting a grenade launcher, throwing a melee weapon, all of these elements create thrilling moments. Objective-based gameplay was a core pillar for Rogue Company because what we really wanted to emphasize was strategy, teamwork, and at the end of the day, meaningful decisions. The meta supports a bunch of different play styles, and it really comes down to what's the best fit for your team. We wanted to say all metas can work, and the decision is on the player.
With Rogue Company, we're taking on the challenge of creating our own IP and our own property. And one of the things when we started the project that we wanted to make sure we did was find really strong world-class talent.
The world of Rogue Company is set roughly 9 years in the future. We have a motley crew of very fiercely individualistic people from all walks of life. It is its own entity, separate from any government, but many governmental organizations do turn to it for help. When Rogue Company takes on that contract, Rogue Company has vetted it and approved it as fulfilling the main goal of the group, which is to right the world's greatest wrongs.
Evelyn brings over 15 years of experience in narrative design and in building worlds, and we're very excited about having her to help build the Rogue Company universe.
The direction for our map creation process is that we want to really have a competitive game, so we want to keep our environments nice and clean. A lot of the maps that we've created are areas that the Rogue Company has just entered into. High Castle is this estate/villa that's on the side of a mountain cliff in Italy, and it's got all these beautiful trees and beautiful rocks. It's a really interesting environment that you probably haven't seen in other games. Animala Canals was a map that we worked on for a few months. We wanted to make sure that we put a spin on your typical canal. And so the idea is that there's this war cruiser and this cargo ship that's exploded. And so players land into this scenery and have to fight the enemy combatants. Skyfell is an awesome, awesome map. Basically, it's a skyscraper in Dubai. It's brand new, it's super modern, super chic. It's where all the elite go to shop and party, and there's a nice, beautiful gallery.
So the art direction of Rogue Company is something that's not your typical military shooter. It finds itself really embedded in realism, but at the same time, there's a sense of flair to things. Dima is my favorite character. We came up with an idea where he was this guy that was boisterous, over the top, and would pretty much go to any lengths to get the job done for himself.
Rogue Company has all of the usual suspects of weapons and equipment: sniper rifles, shotguns, pistols, but in addition to that, our eclectic band of mercenaries allows us to make some weapons that are a bit more non-traditional.
After years of making Rogue Company, we are so excited to share our labor of love with the gaming community.
Rogue Company is coming to all platforms in 2020.
Gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Snack127 and welcome back to another Rogue Company video. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys just a basic overview of the trailer you just watched, condensing some of the information and breaking some of that stuff down to a lot of people because if you know me, and you guys follow me on social media and stuff like that, one thing you'll know is I am a Twitter junkie, and I look up a lot of game information and stuff like that on Twitter. I'm always tweeting giving my thoughts on games, opinions about games, teasing stuff, all kinds of crazy things. So if you're not, make sure you're following me on there. Follow me on Mixer, smashing the like button on the video, hitting subscribe. Now let's go ahead and discuss. But like I said, I've been looking up information on the game recently, and one thing I do is I see a lot of questions asked by people and stuff like that, and it makes me go to think that some people probably didn't see this documentary or didn't pay too much attention to a lot of things that they were showing or talking about. So I do want to take the time in this video to break all that down today. Now, disclaimer, I'm going to give you guys a big fat one right here, right now. I am actually an alpha tester for Rogue Company. I want to be straight up honest with you guys about that, because I don't want to showcase, talk about this game and act like, you know, I've never touched it, never played it, and want to put a big front to my audience, you know, until I'm allowed to talk about it and everything. Is they do run a public Discord, and anyone could join that Discord. In this video, I'm promoting that Discord. So if you join that Discord, you could see me in that Discord and see that I have the alpha tester role, meaning you would know that I play the game. The fact that I've played the game is public knowledge. I cannot talk about the game. I can't even say what platform I'm playing it on right now. I can't share anything about the game. So I do ask that you guys be respectful, respect the NDA, and just know that I promise you, once I'm allowed to talk more about the game, I will bring videos talking about the game in more detail. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the stuff that we're learning from today's video. So the first and most important thing I do want to point out is, who is the lead designer on this game? Well, his name is Scott Lucier, aka Gandhi, and I hope I said his last name right. If I didn't, please forgive me. But Scott Gandhi is also was a professional Halo player. So that tells us one thing: the lead producer knows a lot about solid gunplay and is a very competitive individual, meaning that, you know, there's going to be a heavy competitive side to this game. So that's honestly, you know, a turn on and a good thing right there. Another thing, if you guys didn't pay attention to the trailer, is we do know that this game is going to be hero based. And now when I say hero based, I mean as in, you know, characters will have weapons, but they'll also have special abilities that could be, you know, ultimate kind of abilities, passive abilities, different things like that. Each character is going to bring something different to the table that can affect gameplay to a certain extent. And they actually showed pictures of a lot of these different heroes throughout the video. Now, the next thing I also wanted to point out, so we can get to what kind of game that this is probably going to be. He did say also that, you know, that they were elimination type game modes, and if you look at this screenshot here from the trailer, you'll see that there is a round screen, so therefore it's a round based kind of game. So automatically right there, you see that we have, you know, hero style characters with different passives and abilities. We have round based, and you can see from the trailer that the gameplay is fast paced. So that's also going to tell you that, you know, we're looking at something in the realm of like Rainbow Six Siege, or even like Black Ops 4. Now, when I say Black Ops 4, you know, I don't mean heavily, you know, specialist style annoying and things like that, because they do say in the trailer that one thing that they want to do is focus heavily on gunplay. They say the abilities are there, you know, different characters can do different things, but gun skill is what's going to really bring things down to the table. You know, what's going to win your games. And, you know, that's honestly a great thing. I do think that, you know, players really hate it when, you know, games are won by hero abilities and, you know, ultimates and stuff like that, rather than actual gun skill and gunplay. Now, the next thing we notice is that they've also shown 3 maps in the game. One, they showed pictures of each. One's called High Castle. Another one is the Canal Map that, you know, we've seen a billion times in the initial trailer. Another thing that they also point out is the Canal Map is going to take place on more than just that one boat you see them fighting across. It looks like you actually have access to pretty much that whole canal, which is, you know, a pretty cool thing. And they also have another map called Skyfell. Now, unfortunately, the screenshot they gave of this, you know, didn't show too much map wise, so we don't know how exactly this map's going to play out. But I do say that, you know, it looks like a pretty cool, interesting map. And one thing I do like about a lot of these maps is a lot of them look clean. There's not a lot of clutter or anything crazy. Not 2 billion different camping spots and stuff like that. Now, from the maps, also one other thing that I do want to point out is they did say that First Watch Games is a division of HiRez. It's made of a lot of HiRez employees and industry experts. So that's also a good thing. That means these are people that are already familiar and worked on games such as Paladins, Smite, Realm Royale, and stuff like that. So they're already familiar with the games as a service thing. They know, what kind of updates and things we want to have. They know that, bringing maps and new characters and things like that is probably going to be what keeps the game alive. They know how to deliver smooth gunplay. We've seen that, from both Paladins and Realm Royale. And the fact that there's, industry shooter veterans like somebody like Scott Gandhi working on this game himself is, just a really cool thing that honestly just makes me even more excited. Now, last but not least, the one thing I do want to point out here is this probably isn't going to matter to people too much, but it looks like we are going to have some type of cosmetic customization in this game. If you look at like their art photos and stuff like that, you see that there's clearly potential for different characters or heroes or whatever you like to call them to have like different skins and stuff like that. You'll notice that they have like different prototypes of all the different characters all around the walls and things like that. And honestly, that, guys, I just think is really cool and interesting, and I can't wait to check some of that stuff out. But anyway, guys, those are just a few things I wanted to point out about this trailer. If people didn't notice those things, and yeah, hopefully you guys have a little bit of a better understanding of Rogue Company. If you did, make sure you smash that thumbs up button for me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Take care.
There's a new